you'll see that nothing's going to change. If we switch this to MMA or we take the gi off and we do no gi, nothing I'm going to show you is going to change at all. Okay, if we're talking about self-defense, nothing I'm going to show you is going to change. So it's just fundamental stuff. What I want now is I want to go to a better position, which for me means getting the underhook. When I have the underhook, now I'll have control over half his body. I can take his back. Okay? The problem is when he's got his weight on me like this, if I try and pummel like this, my hand's going to get trapped. Even if I get it somewhat underneath there, heavy guy, your arm gets smashed, and now he starts attacking my arm. Okay? So when you repummel with this, you have to repummel elbow first. So that's going to involve, I'm going to do it slow so you guys can see once. You got to be careful not to hit your partner in the face, but I'm going to make a little bit of a bridge, and then I'm going to punch my elbow down underneath him, okay? So I'm not going like this. I'm going like this, okay, like this. And I have to bump first. If I don't bump first, then this is hard. Then your arm gets trapped here like this, right? So it's a little bit of a bump, and then all the way down. And I just punch my elbow all the way down. And once it gets up here underneath, I extend it again. Try and put weight on me. Hard for him to put weight on me here because I've got it over here. If I grab, as soon as I grab him, I'm holding him onto me. Now he can flatten me out and give me weight again. I see guys get the underhook and then they go palm towards you. If your palm goes towards you, you're creating a shelf and you're holding the guy onto you. I want my palm towards the ceiling. I want to do an internal rotation with my hand like this. That's what keeps the weight off me. It also makes it harder for him to darce and stuff like that, which we can talk about in a minute, but it's much harder for him to reach my neck this way, okay? Once I get here, then we can take the back, which I'll show you in a minute. But we have to practice repummeling that arm, okay? So we're here. He's going to be trying to get the cross space, trying to flatten me, and again, if I'm flat, this is much harder to do. If I'm caught here, it's much harder to get this arm back. Okay, so I have to be in posture first. Bump, elbow, and then here. Arm all the way extended. So now he can't get his weight back on me. Okay, try back and forth. While I'm there, if he doesn't react, I'm just going to take the back. And there's a couple ways we can do this. We can do it slow, or we can do it a little faster. So, but there's one thing I'm going to do with my feet first that I'll show you. Okay, so I'm here. I bump, I get the underhook. I'm going to uncross my feet and then pull this one. So just watch my legs, right? Here I'm in basic stone squirrel. As I release, I'm heavy on the leg. Because again, if he pulls the leg out, he's passed, right? I can't let that happen. So I put weight on that. This comes over the top, and then I pull. And what that does is that turns his hips a little bit towards me. That makes it, makes it harder for him to square up towards me, okay? And now I'm gonna grab his back and I'm gonna get to my elbow and I'm gonna make one movement. And as I swing up, I let my leg relax and see what happens. My knee goes out this way. Okay? Let's do that again slow. We're here. Defending. I get the underhook back. I switch my feet. I build a base. So I get straight to my elbow. Now from here, I'm going to grab his back, and I'm just going to kind of swing my leg and go like this. My knee comes all the way out, and now I'm on his back, right? If he starts moving towards me and getting up, that's when the other hook comes in, and we can go take his back. I could also, once I get here, just try and climb around, right, if I want to stay slower and tighter. But honestly, I think it's easier once you get to your elbow and you're here, switch my feet, once you get to your elbow and here, to just kind of make one swing and let your knee come out like that. Everybody see it? Okay, give it a shot, go ahead. So remember here, everything's always the same that I'm showing you. So my first priority is to hang on to that leg I have. I'm doing that by maximizing that connection, pinching my knees together and or using body weight, right? Keeping myself on one hip. So if he goes to flatten me out, I'm scooting my right hip backwards. So it's hard for him to flatten me out. And it's my left foot on the mat that allows me to do that. Okay, so if he tries to flatten me, I can keep scooting my hip back as opposed to trying to push into him. Then I deny the cross base. Trying cross base, always denying the cross base. Then I want to get the underhook back, and I have to pummel that elbow first, here. Now, once I get here, I'm gonna just make one simple move. Okay, like that. I'm gonna slow that down so you guys can see it. But all I'm doing from here, give me weight, is I'm gonna unlock my legs for a second. I'm gonna bump with my bottom knee as I swing low with this arm. So my bottom knee is gonna bump him forward as my hand goes to wrap behind him on the back of his thigh. Bump like this, then this goes here. And now I can just rise up and attack it like a single. Super easy, super simple. If it doesn't work, you're still in your half guard position with the underhook. So you can take the back then if you want. We're here, bump, bump and catch. I wrap, now I'm on top. Okay, go ahead and try it back and forth. Lever. This is a more powerful grip, right? So if Liam grabs me like that, no, outside, grab low. Good, and now I sprawl. See where my weight goes? And he's all over my back. So from half guard, when I bump him forward, that's what I'm doing with my arm. I'm looking for a long grip, down as low as I can get it. So he's here. Look at my arm. See how it is? It's extended, thumb down as I raise up. So that's your grip. Okay, another minute or so, keep going. My follow-up on a single like that is always the same. I'm not gonna drive straight into him, into his weight. It's just, all you ever have to do is circle. Okay, so I bump, I catch, and I'm like this. I'm gonna raise up, I'm gonna take short, choppy steps behind him. And you're gonna wind up on top. Even if he's super big and heavy, you just circle, always circle behind him around like that, behind the legs. You'll be on their back or cross sides top, okay? You wanna drive into him with your body weight if he's big. Keep going.